Welcome back and thank you for joining me for more stories. Timestamps in the description box. Let's get started. Story number 1. Opie writes, My husband and I met when I was 18. It had always been just me and my best friend, but when my husband came along, we became an inseparable trio. For me, it was love at first sight. I had the biggest crush on him, but didn't want to ruin the friendship thing we had, so I kept it to myself until he confessed to me when we were 20. Things went fast and we got married when we were 22. My best friend got married too, and we have all remained close. We had invited my best friend and her husband around for dinner, and we were joking about the things we got up to, and my husband brought up how he had always had a crush on my best friend, but then she got a boyfriend, so he settled for me instead. When I tell you, my whole world just came crashing down. I realized my marriage of 10 years was him settling for second best, that I was never his first option. After that, everything he did just started to annoy me. He just stopped being attractive to me anymore. We haven't slept together in 6 months because I feel so disgusted. I just want out. I feel like I've wasted my life. I'm disappointed in him and myself for believing I was the one he liked. My goodness, Opie, I can only imagine sitting there having a nice evening, a pleasant evening with friends, and suddenly your husband says that he really wanted somebody else and settled for you. So I can understand that you're feeling confused, that you're annoyed with him, and that you don't want to be close to him. It's definitely not something you want to hear after 10 years of your life spent with somebody. Let's get some comments. If it makes you feel any better, my husband said he wouldn't have to worry about anyone stealing me from him because of my looks. Yeah. And someone else comments, Bro, that would be awkward as F. If I was the boyfriend's husband, I'd have to talk to him in private because have you been waiting on my girl this whole time? Opie replies, He was very angry, but he was very polite about it. I don't even know what I would have done if I was in his shoes. And somebody else writes, This happened to me. Everyone, and I mean everyone, knew my husband had a crush on his best friend's wife. Even his best friend knew. It was an open, quote, secret, unquote, that was joked about all the time. Since she was married, he married me, but he never let it go. I found them effing at one of their barbecues. And someone else wants to know, he just announced this in middle of a dinner, casually, like it was a funny story. In 6 months, he hasn't noticed you're upset. He hasn't questioned what the issue is. Think your marriage has been over and you haven't realized it yet. Opie replies, Yeah, he announced it like a funny story, and he has noticed I'm upset. I'm not quiet. I've told him why I'm upset, but he just can't understand because he, quote, chose, unquote, me. Edit. Okay, I'll just answer the main questions here because I don't want to keep answering them. No, yes, I don't know. I tried to talk it out for 6 months. Edit. Husband knows about the divorce. I told my best friend and she told my husband. So I come home to a don't leave him intervention where they all wanted to work it out. I have never been so confused because for the past 6 months I've been trying to ask him what he feels and what he meant by his comment and to answer my questions, like literally to the point I have screamed it in his face to just tell me, and he's been saying nothing. And she has been encouraging me to talk to him, but keeping her distance. I thought it was because she didn't like him. Apparently, she just thinks we are perfect together and he doesn't want to lose what we have. What do we have? We are basically roommates who have sex at this point. I think I won't update this because I'm a bit miffed and angry. I'm going to go stay at my mom's or something. And here's Opie's update. Okay, so pretty major update that I said I wouldn't do, but I'm not a man of my word and never said I was. Today I got a message from boyfriend's husband asking where she was, and I had no idea because I am at my mother's house. Can we guess where she is? She is at my effing house with my effing husband. What weird effing universe am I living in? Anyway, yeah, so I'm leaving and taking all my stuff with me. My mom will have to put up with me for a while. Divorce is definitely happening. I'm going to get therapy. Okay, OP, so not a happy ending, but at least you know what's going on. You don't have to wonder anymore, and in a way, that is a kind of a happy ending because you get to move on with your life. It's just a pity it's 10 years down the line. And on we go to a post from OP's husband. He writes, "So I found my wife's post, quote, 'I'm going to divorce my husband of 10 years,' unquote. Someone made a video about it, and that video got back to me. I would like to tell you my side. When I met my wife, I didn't really think much of her. She was funny, kind, and a good friend, but I had no other interest. Her friend Sarah was gorgeous. She had long red hair and these soft freckles and long eyelashes. She was my dream girl, but she was not interested in me. I noticed my wife, Amber, was hanging out with me more, laughing at my jokes, listening to me, and it made me consider having more of a relationship with her. Sarah got a boyfriend about a year into us being friends, and her interest in our friendship group dwindled. She hung out with us less and spent more time with her boyfriend, which left me and Amber alone a lot. I ended up giving up on Sarah and focusing on Amber. We started dating and got married. We kept our friendship with Sarah, but we focused on each other. In the back of my mind, though, it always felt like I had missed out on something. My marriage was boring. Amber and I were basically friends, and I was working hard to save for a house, and she was working hard to save for future kids. So we were existing alongside each other, not actually together. So one day when we were at dinner, I got jealous of Sarah and her husband, who seemed happy, and made the comment about settling for Amber. Amber shut down after that. She kept repeating the same questions over and over, and it would make me so angry that I didn't want to answer. So I didn't. I guess that was my first bad move. Sarah messaged me after the dinner to check if I was okay, and we kept messaging. She was just reassuring me that I did nothing wrong and it would work out. Then I got a text saying Amber was planning to divorce me. So Sarah came over and we tried to stop her from leaving me, but it seemed to only make things worse. Sarah saw how distraught I was and stayed to comfort me. And we drank, and in a drunk, stupid mistake, we ended up sleeping together. Sarah confessed to her husband that we slept together, and her husband told Amber. Now both our marriages are ruined. I regret it so much, and I just wish I could take it all back. Well, Opie's husband got roasted in the comments, and I agree fully with what people had to say. Let's listen to some of those comments. So, you finally slept with your, quote, dream girl, unquote, that you insinuated to your wife you settled for. Surprised you're not running off together. Do you even feel bad about making your wife feel second place to this woman? Opie's husband replies, "She was my dream girl when we were 18, not now. I needed to get it out of my system. I think my wife was justified in how she felt, but she is dragging this out too much now." And to this someone responds, "Dragging it out? Are you serious? What a selfish piece of crap." Opie's husband replies, "Well, she spent half a year making a big deal out of one comment, and now she wants to divorce over a mistake. She won't even talk to me." And someone comments, "Well, clearly it wasn't about one comment. She had every right to worry about this woman. You made your bed." And someone else says, "A mistake is leaving the oven on when you leave the house, not having sex with someone else, for F's sake." And another commenter says, "It wasn't a mistake. Cheating is a conscious decision that you made. Your actions show how much you value your relationship and your true character. People with integrity do not cheat. Well, to me, it doesn't sound like OP's husband is really all that sorry. He's just sorry he got caught. And saying you just had to get it out of your system, that's not good enough. It just, as somebody says, is this supposed to make you sound better, to explain it and for people to feel sorry for you? And that is why you got roasted in the comments, and you're still getting roasted in the comments. Let Amber go and let her have her life. She's already spent 10 years with you. Let her go. Let her be happy. Let her be somebody's first choice. And on we go to story number 2. Opie writes, I, 22 female, have been with my boyfriend, 25 male, for about a year and a half. We live together and share a dog. I have never been the jealous type, and I have some male friends myself, so I did not have a problem with my boyfriend having female friends. He has 4 very close female friends. Let's call them Anna, Barbara, Charlotte, and Diana. These women don't know each other, or at least don't have close relationships with one another, but even on their own, they are incredibly annoying. Anna and I got along pretty well at first. We even exchanged numbers and text from time to time. Back then, my boyfriend used to live in the same city as Anna, but he moved to my city 200 kilometers away to get a better job and to move in with me. Ever since then, Anna has expected my boyfriend to drop everything and help her out whenever she demands. It could be 8 p.m. on a Tuesday and she will call, expecting him to make the 3-hour drive to help her hang a shelf on her wall, even though she knows that he has to work in the morning. My boyfriend is too nice to say anything to her, although he told me that it bothers him. Barbara lives close to us and has been to our house once. She ignored me the entire time and would only talk to my boyfriend. She also has been trying to set my boyfriend up with her roommate, who she claims is a nymphomaniac. She tried to arrange, quote, meet cutes, unquote, for them, and one time invited my boyfriend out for drinks, only to have a roommate show up instead of her. Charlotte is actually the least annoying, but she has a lot of problems in her relationship and calls my boyfriend every time to vent to him. She even did this on my birthday last year, and every time my boyfriend told her that it was my birthday and tried to hang up, she would start crying and begging him not to hang up. Again, he was too nice to just hang up anyway, so they were on the phone for 2 hours. Diana meets up with us quite often. I think in her own way she does actually like me. She just never had a lot of female friends and maybe doesn't know how to act around me. She has known my boyfriend for about 4 years, so longer than me, and she will often say stuff like, quote, just imagine if anything would have ever happened between me and boyfriend, the two of you wouldn't be a couple now, unquote. Or, do the two of you ever feel like you would be better as friends than partners and that you lost your sexual chemistry? Or does it just seem like that to bystanders? Unquote. Every time she says something like this, I feel extremely weirded out, and my boyfriend does too. For context, they never dated, were never intimate, and he never had feelings for her. Maybe it's stupid, but I feel so annoyed by these women. And it sometimes even makes me question my boyfriend's choice in friends. Opie, I would be annoyed as well. And it sounds to me like your boyfriend likes to play the hero, especially to Anna and Charlotte. And as for Barbara, he really should tell her to shut up and butt out and stop trying to set him up with her roommate. That's so insulting, so offensive. I'm actually surprised that he hasn't cut ties with Barbara yet. And the same goes for Diana and her little snide, passive-aggressive remarks. I don't know how else to interpret that. It's time for Anna to take a do-it-yourself course, for Charlotte to find somebody else to vent to, and for Barbara and Diana to just bugger off. But it's your boyfriend that has to be the one to set the boundaries with Anna and Charlotte and to cut Barbara and Anna out of his life. He must be getting some kind of enjoyment out of having these women contacting him all the time. Because honestly, if somebody had to call me at 8 on a Tuesday night and ask me to drive 3 hours to put shelves up, I would laugh at them and hang the phone up. Okay, let's get some comments. All these friends sound really toxic, but here's my thing. Why are they so comfortable to be making these requests? The whole thing is weirding me out. I'm not saying something is happening between your boyfriend and them, but they didn't get this dependent on him for no reason. It almost seems like he has them on standby in case something ever happened between you and him. Opie replies, I think they are comfortable making these requests because my boyfriend is a huge people pleaser and will do anything for anyone. He never felt worthy or loved as a child, and I think this is him trying to compensate for that. I feel like these women are just taking advantage of him. We have talked about it quite a lot, and he has learned to say no in our relationship when he doesn't want to do something. I think that's healthy, and I hope he can apply this outside of our relationship as well in the future. Let's get a final comment. Opie, I have read through numerous replies to comments, and I've got to dish out some harsh truth because you seem sweet but maybe young or blinded by emotions. Your boyfriend isn't incapable of saying no. He doesn't want to. That whole, quote, confiding in you, it bothers him, but he still allows/does it, unquote, that is a lie. This guy has 4 women who are his friends, but aren't friends or don't know each other is already the biggest red flag I've seen in days. These women are either backup plans or he's actively stringing them along, maybe even currently sleeping with 1 or 2 of them. I threw away 6 years on a guy with almost the same backstory, and guess what? Every one of his, quote, calm down babe, we're just friends, she's so unattractive to me, unquote, women friends he ended up cheating on me with. That guy also completely refused to respect my boundaries, my time, or my feelings to please his women friends. Dump the guy and find someone with non-toxic friends that actually puts you first. Well, Opie, I agree with that comment. You are going to have to set some very firm boundaries. And if your boyfriend can't stick to those, then it's time to reconsider this relationship. Well, that's it for this edition of Wow Drama Stories. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing and comment. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care of yourself.